Hey, Nurse Nation! Today we're talking about the chill pills of the cardiovascular world, beta blockers. Let's break it down. Nursing simplified style with the BETA mnemonic. B stands for bradycardia. Beta blockers slow that heart rate. E is because they may exacerbate heart failure. Beta blockers can do this in some cases, especially during initiation. T is for tiredness. Fatigue is real with beta blockers. A is for asthma caution. Certain beta blockers can trigger bronchospasm. Beta receptors exist in different parts of our bodies. Adrenaline has no problem settling into those beta receptors as long as the doors are wide open. Beta blockers lock those doors, keeping heart rate slower and blood pressure lower. But now let's dig a little deeper, because all beta blockers are not created equally. Beta receptors are found throughout the body. But now, let's talk about the two types of beta receptors that matter to us the most. So first, there's beta 1, which is found in the heart and controls both heart rate and force. Then, there's beta 2, which is found in the lungs and controls bronchodilation. If you block beta 1, you slow the heart, but if you block beta 2, oops, you actually tighten the airways. The most common selective beta blockers are metoprolol and atenolol. And the most common non-selective beta blockers are propranolol and nadolol. So just a quick heads up about non-selective beta blockers. They hit both beta 1 and beta 2, which means they slow the heart and tighten the airways in the lungs. So they are definitely a no-go for respiratory patients. Alright, some of the most common information points you really need to know for exams in the NCLEX are: always check heart rate and blood pressure before administration, and hold the medication if the heart rate is less than 60 or if the systolic blood pressure is less than 90, unless ordered otherwise. So just a heads up here, use caution in diabetics, since beta blockers can mask signs of hypoglycemia and interfere with glucose metabolism. They can even reduce the cell's sensitivity to insulin, which can increase blood glucose levels even further. And please do not forget to avoid non-selective beta blockers in patients with respiratory disease. The results can be deadly. You also want to make certain to teach your patients. Don't stop your beta blocker suddenly, since it can cause rebound symptoms. Remind them to rise slowly to avoid dizziness. And of course, tell them to call us if they feel faint, wheezy, or swollen. And now for a speed round recap. Beta blockers, slow heart rate, lower blood pressure. Beta 1 means heart, beta 2 means lungs. Selective beta blockers are better for the lungs, so definitely know the difference between selective and non-selective. They all end in LOL, and remember, educate, monitor, and always be airway aware. And that's beta blockers. Simplified. Now go out there and block that stress, one receptor at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your nurse tribe. And remember, nursing is a work of heart. See you in the next video. Bye-bye!